Welcome back to APCS Tutors. Today we'll be looking at while loops. As mentioned a couple videos ago, we use while loops to avoid repetition by repeating the same action within the same block of code. But while loops are different from for loops in that they're indefinite. While this conditional in this bracket here are true, it will continue to do the repeated action until this is changed. Let's look at a couple of examples here. A pretty simple one. We start out with an integer called test that is equal to number 1. While this test number is less than 9, we will print out the number plus a space, and then we will multiply our test number by 2. So let's run through it. Test starts out as 1. That is less than 9, so it'll go into the while loop. It will print out 1 and then multiply it by 2. So now our test value equals 2. It goes back through the while loop. 2 is less than 9. It will print it out, and then it'll multiply it by 2 again, so test equals 4. Again, we'll go through. 4 is less than 9. We'll print it out, and then multiply it by 2. And lastly, the one last time through the loop, it will be 8 less than 9. That is true. It'll print it out, and now our test value equals 16. We go through up to the while loop again. 16 is not less than 9. Therefore, it would exit the while loop, and we have our final product here. Now, a little more complicated example. We have two integers, one called test1 that is equal to 0, and one called test2 that is equal to 9. So in our while loop conditional here, while test2 is greater than test1, we will run our action within our code here. So here, while 9, or our test value 9 is greater than 0, so we'll go into the loop. We'll print out 9 plus 0, which is, of course, 9. Go down here, we'll add 3 to test 1, which will make it 3, and subtract 2 from test 2, so it now equals 7. So we go back up to the top of the loop. 7 is greater than 3 still, so we go back into the loop. We add them together and print it out, which is 10. Again, do our operations here. Test 1 plus 3 is now equal to 6, and test 2 is now equal to 5. So we go back up to here. Our test 2 is now equal to 5, and our test 1 is 6, so this conditional is false, and we'll exit the while loop with this as our final code. Lastly, let's look at an example where our while loop does not run effectively. We start with an integer here called test equal to 4, and as we know, if this conditional equals to true, it will continue to do this test in here. But we do not actually change our variable of test within our while loop, so this conditional is never changed. So it will continue to run this code indefinitely. This will cause an error in our code and will not run. So yeah, that's a brief rundown of while loops. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and tune in to our next video.